Imagine a world where nearly every major economic decision is salary. The price of goods, your mortgage is subtly guided by institutions you never elected. The total amount of money in the world is no longer printed by governments it's created and controlled by a handful of central banks. Yet most people still believe that governments run the economy. The truth is far more unsettling. Central banks have shaped the global economy for over 3 centuries, wielding power over countries, markets, and even the lives of ordinary people. This control was a careful process, hidden in treaties and banking reforms, designed to make debt permanent and governments dependent. Today, we're going to uncover how central banks quietly took control and why you've been paying for it your whole life without realizing it. Centuries ago, money looked very different. Kings and emperors minted coins backed by gold or silver from their own treasuries if they ran out. They borrowed from wealthy merchants like the Medici in Italy or the Rothschilds in Europe. Money was a tool of the state. Governments no longer relied solely on taxation. They now depended on borrowed money, created by the banks themselves. A hidden system had begun. Over the next 200 years, this model spread France, Germany, and eventually the United States with the Federal Reserve in 1913. Central banks became the unseen engines of growth, controlling interest rates and managing inflation through fractional reserve banking. Banks could lend more money than they physically held. Loans created new money, making a very active spending dependent on debt. In 1971, President Richard Nixon ended the dollar's convertibility into gold. Money became purely fiat backed only by trust, not physical assets. Central banks gained nearly unlimited power to create money digitally. Consequently, global debt skyrocketed. Financial crises became tools for expansion. Each recession justifies more intervention and more influence over national economies. Consider the numbers. Global debt reached $300 trillion in 2023. The Federal Reserve alone holds over $9 trillion in assets. Money is not neutral. The ability to create it and control it grants enormous influence over economies and your future. The question is, how far can they push the system before it destabilizes? And what does that mean for you?